So why am I naked on camera? It's too sunny up here. It's super sunny here, but we are sitting where the bathtub is, and the reason we're naked is because Mommy's gonna do a buzz cut for me. I know I'm gonna get a lot of like, kind of hate maybe, but the reason I'm doing it is because her hair is kind of looking really cray-cray right now. And there's certain places that are getting long in her face. And then the back, because she flips over in her bed or turns so many times, it gets tangled. And then she cries when I try to brush it out. And then once it gets tangled, it kind of rolls up and falls off. So I just decided to give her a buzz cut. So with her dad's permission, I didn't do this on my own. We're gonna give ourselves a little buzz cut, yeah? What's this? So it's gonna be on the small setting, so don't worry, I'm not shaving her head. Woo! So if you think I was kidding, I wasn't kidding. That's her first hair that would kind of get tangly. So she actually had quite a bit of it. There's the buzzer. I don't think she knows what's going on. Hey, little girl. What did Mommy do? Stand up. What did Mommy do? And the reason I did it is because her, like, all front was still very small. So I felt like once we kind of cut her hair and helped with the tangling, they will kind of all grow together. So, I mean, she's only 4 months. So she'll have plenty of time before one to grow some hair to fit in the ponytail. I am pretty sure, 'cause she had quite a bit of it. So it's her little head. You like it? You like it? So I don't care. I don't care. Hey everyone, today is Tuesday and I do have a show in the background and I'll show you which one it is, but today is Tuesday the 18th. Brian is gone all day, so we just took a bath, took a walk, had a few naps, and now Mom's gonna get ready to make some pizza. And we have the live playoffs, The Voice, so that's kind of what we're watching. And so we're gonna go ahead and make some pizza. So if you guys wanna join us, feel free to do so. Okay, so the oven is preheated at 400 degrees, and just for some of you that always ask for a recipe after I finish making something, these are really easy to make. They're homemade pizzas. I make it from scratch, including the dough. So the dough, basically for two like medium-sized pizzas, and our crust is usually very thin. You can use like a half a cup of warm water, a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of olive oil, and a tablespoon of yeast, and blend it all up until the yeast is actually completely dissolved in the water, so it looks kind of almost like, how would you say it? Anyway, completely mixed so you don't see any kind of grains. It's almost going to look like brownish and you're going to see that it's mixed really, really well. And then I add about a cup of organic flour, and I add as I need it. I just want to make sure that it's not too tight. So if you add too much flour, it's going to end up too tight. And then I just add certain ingredients like little bacon bits. They're 25 calories per serving. I think the serving is like a 1 tablespoon. So that's usually how much I throw in there. Then dried, sun-dried tomatoes. These are kind of the only tomatoes that Ryan really eats. He really doesn't care for tomatoes, but I have some Parmesan cheese, the Kraft, and then I have some Kroger mozzarella cheese, and then I didn't have any pepperoni. Usually I don't like to buy pepperoni, but it's very similar. The salami is very similar, so that's what I had. That's what Ryan's gonna have. And usually I put mushrooms on mine, and this is the sauce that I use. So it doesn't have to be a pizza sauce. And she's looking over here to see what I'm doing. But this is the Newman's Own. It's tomato and basil. And I'm actually going to tear a few leaves of basil from my own little herb garden, y'all. I have it. I have a little herb garden. I'm going to show it to you guys. It's right outside my door. And what I bought is some sweet basil, mint leaves, some parsley, and some dill weed. So this is the leaves. And we just went to a restaurant, I think this weekend, and I had a pizza with basil leaves on it, and it was super good. Like, I really, really loved, like, that smell. So I'm just gonna get a few. I just planted these, and they kind of are starting to establish themselves. So I really wanted to plant a garden, like, in our yard, but the problem that I have is we have deer that actually jump over our fence. And so I had some, if you've seen my other vlogs, I had some elephant leaves that were growing outside in the front that ate all of them. So I'm a little nervous that I would work so hard to try to plant something and then they're going to eat it. So I'm just planting little herbs on the porch. So we'll see. Maybe I'll decide to do something else. But that's what we'll throw on our pizza. So with the baby, you gotta really cook pretty quickly because then she starts complaining of sitting too long, which I don't blame her. I'm the same way. It's hard for me to do one thing, but as you saw, I did put Ryan's pizza in the fridge because he's working late tonight. So as soon as he tells me he's coming home, I'll preheat the oven and go ahead and put it in so it's fresh. But it's super easy to make with your family, like I said before, even if you want to get your kids involved. So, you know, some people find it cheaper to buy pizzas from the store, but I find it really awesome and rewarding that, you know, the ingredients you're putting on, and in the long run it actually becomes cheaper because you're making your own dough, you know, and a pack of, you know, flour costs only $4. So you're able to make a lot of dough. So if you have a lot of, you know, things like, you know, dried tomatoes or bacon bits and some mozzarella, and you're not really sure what to prep for your family, you can always, you know, go to your pizza. If you have flour, yeast, some olive oil, or just regular oil, but with olive oil I could tell it tastes a little bit differently. So then you preheat the oven for 400 degrees and put it in for 15 minutes. Of course, if you decide to have a thicker crust, you can double the recipe and then make sure that you put it in the oven for 20 minutes. That way, you know, it cooks all the way through. But that's it. That's kind of a fun recipe, but I'm about to take her out, see if we can do some more pumping and maybe enjoy a little bit of the voice. So that's what we're doing tonight. Yeah. Jump, 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 jump. Good job. Good job, Cookie. You're so smart. So here's my pizza. It's all done and ready, so this is the way that I'm able to eat, is put her in the little jumper. So, as you can see, it's a thin crust. Sometimes I like it thick, you know, but I'm trying to watch my bread intake. But that's what I'm having for dinner while she's having fun doing some jumping. You can do some jumping? You can do some jumping? She loves her little jumper. She's actually going to be 5 months tomorrow, which is pretty incredible. She's definitely hit all her milestones and so much more. I feel like she's so smart, which, I mean, I'm sure every parent thinks that of their kid, the same thing, but she is really observant. She likes to look at people or things, and she definitely differentiates whenever she knows a person and she doesn't. Just because she spends so much time with me and Ryan, like, she always, you know, does her little pouting lip if somebody else holds her that she doesn't know of. So that's kind of the stage that she's in. But she's pretty, pretty happy for the most part. Likes to smile a lot. And she just actually, about a week ago, really learned how to do the up and down. She realized what it does. So she's pretty excited. But she can only be there probably about 15 minutes, 15 to 20, which is still pretty good because she wears herself out. And so I try to keep her active throughout the day so she has a good night's rest and sleeps through the night. So that's kind of the update on Mila.
Oh, my mama. My mama. Oh, my mama. Oh, my mama. Oh, my mama. Oh, my baby Mia. Oh, my baby. Oh, my oh, my mama. My mama. Oh.